Yes, you're welcome once again. This is Questions Arising, and my name is Shegun Olo. Yes, today I have somebody in the studio who's going to be analyzing with me the recent political events that happened in Lagos State, where there was a parallel Congress of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Of course, a lot of people are already talking about it. It's going to spell doom. Really? Okay. I have in the studio Mr. Enitan Olukotun. You're welcome to the studio, and thank you so much for honoring this invitation. Yes, Mr. Enitan is actually a political analyst and a journalist of repute, and he's been following so many political events, and then he's also got very vast knowledge and skill of analysis. And Mr. Enitan, of course, you are aware of what happened as per the parallel Congress of the APC that took place in Lagos State. What does that portend for the ruling party? Parallel Congress. This is just about, we are on the eve of 2019, and this is happening. What do you make of it?
It portends a grave danger to the ruling party in Lagos, and especially this is happening in the domain of the chief peace missioner, of the APC and all that. And, the Yoruba will say that charity begins at home. So if you are going abroad to pacify and to lead a reconciliation mission, and you are having crisis at home, who is going to listen to you, out there? So it's quite a great indictment, on the ability of the generalism of Lagos politics to put his boys, in checks and to make sure that everything, works perfectly.
When you say his boys, do you mean that the people who formed the parallel Congress are actually people that still listen to him? Because
yes, of
it
course.
looked more like a revolt.
Yes, of course, revolt. It was a revolt of sorts within family, and they have kept it. They have been trying to paper the crack over the years, but the crack wouldn't just get, palliative wasn't working. So the whole thing had to, break down. And we had the total breakdown of, of a state-managed and calibrated kind of relationship in Lagos on the fortnight ago at Lagos Airport Hotel. And apart from the fact that those guys were quite bold, what happened at that event was quite unprecedented and historic, because Lagos APC had always spoken with one voice. But this time around, this new powerful emerging power bloc, within the APC family in Lagos, they spoke with a very clear language that enough is enough. That it is high time that they put an end, to the impunity that has come to stay, within the Lagos politics and
a lot of people still do not know what gave birth to this. What led to it?
Now, what led to this was that, if you could recall quite well, I think I want to trace it from 2017 in the build-up to the local government election, we had in Lagos. And the party constitution is very clear on where the location, how you should conduct, Congress, for local government and what have you. So at that primaries, they had a what they call a centralized primary at the Slim Balogun Stadium. I think that was on the first day of the Ramadan last year, Ramadan. So at that event, instead of aspirants to go to field and delegates to vote, the organizing committee chairman, that was Senator Tokunbo Afikuyomi, brought out a particular list, a prepared list of people you can call those who have been anointed somewhere. So they were reading out those names, and before you could say Jack Robinson, there was pandemonium everywhere. People, limbs were broken, heads were broken. The whole thing ended in disarray. So that was a genesis, of what happened. So after then, if you follow it very well, they had war congresses. That was this year. War congresses, LG congresses. Everything was on parallel. because a lot of political interests and tendency have been skimmed out, by certain powerful
individuals,
corpus, within Lagos APC and others. So they were just looking at it that, okay, wait a minute, it will actually spare our home political doom if we allow these people to just, carry on without us giving a fight back. So it was a very tough fight they gave, at Lagos Airport Hotel, and the number of people that actually turned out for that event was quite massive. Over 3,000, if I'm not mistaken.
That's threatening.
Gathered at that Marquee the tents at Lagos Airport Hotel. So to me, as a political analyst, is that, wait a minute, do you mean these people are coming all the way from within the Lagos mainstream APC? So if these people should pull out, with the hundreds of their supporters, with other structures, with contacts and their family members, and and other political skills and resources and assets. Assets and what have you. So what would be the fate of the main APC in Lagos? So nobody should pretend that everything is well. Everything can be well. And looking at the antecedent and the political clout, the factional chairman Fuad Oki, this is a man that has been leading, and he has led it successfully. You have to give it to him. Since 2003, he has been leading the governorship campaign here in Lagos. He led it for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu when he was seeking second time. He handled Fashola both first time and second time. And 2015, he led for the battle against the PDP behemoth from all the way from Abuja. Yes. And they were still able to deliver with all the federal structures and the money that were thrown in and all that. So you must, he has some political sophistry of sort that you cannot take away from him. He understands how to handle an organized campaign. So if a political party loses such a person, they shouldn't just, they are not losing an inconsequential figure. They will be losing a core, of their entire machinery. Of their entire machinery. So it's something they really need to take very seriously, and I think the earlier they did that, the better.
Do you see this spreading, from Lagos beyond? It already took place in Lagos. Do you see this spreading to other states and probably even the national?
So that was exactly the issue of parallel congresses. It wasn't peculiar to Lagos alone. We had the same issue in Imo. In fact, that of Imo was quite tragic and so comical. A sitting governor has been, had been edged out, so he's no longer in charge of the structure. He's no longer in charge of the structure. So the same thing happened everywhere. And also, if you look at it, as a political watcher that have been following political events for decades, for more than a decade now, I can tell you for free that the decision of the APC to hold, congresses and convention in an election year was ill-informed. Ill-informed in a sense that even election itself, and the fact that the party will have to contend, with his promises, with his manifesto to the people vis-a-vis the scorecard, and you need to now manage crises within, that will definitely arise from your congresses, and it wasn't a sound decision as far as I'm concerned. And now they have seen it quite well that, wait a minute, we made a mistake. So they will have to live with the consequences of their action.
Do you see this resolving before 2019?
I don't really.
Otherwise, opposition might just take advantage of this.
So what really happened is that APC can never be the same. No, they will resolve to some extent, but the damage, the resolution, it can't be total. So the damage had already been done. Some people, there's already
but so let's make a statement that is a bit strong now.
Okay.
Do you see APC, if this does not resolve and properly too, do you see APC losing Lagos? Because that is what is like the major concern of a lot of people who are following this
well,
story.
If you look at it, I want to be a bit conservative as you know, as much as I could. It is not impossible. It is not impossible for APC to lose Lagos. Because if you look at it, the signs are quite clear. You know, when Jonathan lost the election in 2015, Jonathan was doing one or two works too. I was aware that he was working on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. We thought that he still lost. You know, ditto for other things he was doing and other. So the issues that people look at in election, winning election, it goes beyond you saying, yes, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. What are the people, the structure? Are they with you? The people who make things happen and all, you can't just wish them away. So it is not impossible. If the disgruntled and aggrieved elements within Lagos APC should say, wait a minute, let's see, let these people prove their mettle. Let's see what we can do. And they team up with an opposition, or probably they stay within, you know, and cause an implosion even within. So the whole thing will go either way.
But lastly, I'm going to ask this question because a lot of people are still wondering. Parallel Congress, and then INEC has to just accept, you know, a party, and they move to another party and accept their own candidate too. You know, would these congresses, so far from APC, be presenting different candidates for 2019 election? And then which one is INEC likely to recognize? The main one that happened with Bodilon, Mr. Bodilon, or the other one with Mr. Fuad?
So what happened is that I think that is left for a court to decide. I see a legal tussle in the days to come quite well. Because that interpretation, it shouldn't lend itself to a private or a studio kind of interpretation. Because according to them, they said they had INEC officials at Lagos Airport Hotel monitoring the exercise and all that. You know, ditto for the Tunde Balogun faction at Acme. They said they have officials and all that. So definitely courts will, you know, of course decide. And whatsoever the court's decision will be, the statement has been made. That definitely there is another powerful power block within Lagos APC that could, you know, cause a serious damage to the...
Seriously. Thank you so much for coming on this analysis today. And it's about APC, the Parallel Congress, and what is also going to happen 2019 going forward. What's your own opinion about this Parallel Congress? What is your view? Let us have your response to this particular question arising. My name is Shegun once again, and until I come your way again, keep talking about things that matter. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to also share this video. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to also add your comment. Let us know what you feel about the topic we discussed today. And thank you for coming to the studio once again, Mr. Enitan.
It's a pleasure.
We'll see you again.